everybody, and welcome to the Real Tarot 1123. I decided to do a quick video for Maya Millete. I don't know how many of y'all have actually had an opportunity to go and watch the videos I had done for her. A little bit of background on that. There were so many technical difficulties. Like, I had done multiple videos for her, and every time I tried to upload it into the system wherever, those videos would be lost. And I'm like, how can it be lost? It's got to be somewhere in iCloud or whatever cloud, or somewhere in my hard drive. But I would just lose those videos. So that happened about 3 or 4 times, and I was like, okay, there's something really weird about this. Anywho, I did go on to do 3 videos for her. They were very short. They were not the long videos, because I was getting very annoyed, and I was also getting tired. I'm like, okay, this is crazy. You know, you put in so much of effort, you record for a good hour and then all of a sudden that's lost. There probably was a reason for that, right? We will not question at least I won't question my guides. I really feel that there was something, those videos were not meant to go out. However, the other 3 videos I managed to post, and like I said, they were much smaller videos. There was a lot of information nevertheless on that. And of course, now we know that her husband Larry has been arrested, as he should have been like 8 months ago. But you know, law enforcement does their own whatever. And I decided to do a quick reading for her, just to kind of, you know, not so much to recap as much as it is to what's the word? See where we are at, right, in terms of her case. So just to kind of get a understanding of that. It's very unfortunate. I mean, like, it's, I don't even know, honey. It's like, beyond my comprehension as to why all these things happen, and you know, what is the matter with these men. You know, it's like, why can't you just say, okay, fine, it's not working out, moving on, man, go find somebody else in your life and go do something else, right? But no, these fools, they think that, you know, whatever the situation is, the only solution to the problem is to murder their spouses. Like, how is that even right? You know, it kind of bothers me. But you know, in an ideal world, right, and people were really paid attention to what's right and what's wrong, and had a really good moral compass, and you know, that sort of a thing, we wouldn't have all these cases of these foolish, and let's face it, there are a lot of women also who off their spouses, the men. So what are we going to do? We're going to have to deal with it and do the best we can, and try and get some clarity on such situations, and hope that, you know, it helps the loved ones, bring them some closure, you know, that sort of stuff. I'm sorry if you're hearing a lot of paper rustling here. I'm trying to get my stuff organized, and I just got done with the reading right now, and I was telling this lady, I said, no matter how big my table is, I still feel like I don't have enough space. And I was talking to Mark the other day, and I was like, you know, I think I need a bigger table. And he goes, no, because you'll use that big table for a couple of months and you'll be like, I need a bigger table, which is true. That's exactly what I would do. So he's right. So a little bit of lip balm, right? We gotta have a lip balm, right? Okay, this is my old favorite, that Papa guy. What's his name? Dr. Papa. Dr. Papa. I can't even say that, right? This guy. Doesn't have any color to it, just a very faint tint. Anyway, let's get on with this. I am so upset, you guys, because when I had gone on my trip, I had taken my haunted house. I have 2 of the haunted house, right? And I had 2 of the Dark Grimoire tarot decks. There's a reason why some decks I get twinsies, because when I do couple readings or when I do energies for 2 people, I like to use the same deck and keep it even that way. But I have a feeling I got back the haunted house decks, both of them, but the Dark Grimoire, only one came back with me, and I don't know whether the other one is left behind there, or I'm concerned. I hope I didn't throw it away by mistake, packing and all sometimes, whatever. But I'm usually very good at it. I'm just hoping and praying it's going to pop up because I really like that deck. So let me get that because that's what I want to do here, right? Here, this one. See, I have two of these, right? And I had two of these, but now I got only one of it. I'm so mad. Oh, whatever. Anywho, let's get on with this. So right off the bat, I'm going to tell you a couple of things that I sensed. Was that he is not going to disclose where her body is. He won't. Larry Millete is not going to disclose where her body is. For sure. Hang on, guys. I just want to make sure I got all the cards out. Yeah, he won't. Because the thing is, however the legal thing is, I'm sure you guys will know, if there's no body, it's harder to prove or something like that, right? So he's counting on that. And I feel like he's hoping that there's not enough circumstantial evidence, although he's fried, like he's done for. He's like, I'm like, doofus, like, everybody knows you did it, silly. Like, what are you, living in La La Land? You think you're still going to get away with this? No, you're not. Like, seriously? Like, what are you smoking? That's what I want to know. So, oh, it's such a terrible, terrible case, y'all. Go watch those 3 videos I did for Maya Millete. Unbelievable. Like, I had very clear vision of her. Like, she was seriously contemplating dumping his behind. Very, very clear vision of her. Why is all this upside down? You know how when you think about this, when you go to the beach and you sit and you draw your knees up and you're kind of relaxing and sitting, I have a vision of her doing that. She has contemplated a lot. She has thought long and hard about dumping Larry's behind. She wanted out of that relationship. She wanted a divorce. I do believe in the video I had stated that she had already visited and spoke with an attorney as well. So, and Larry wasn't about to give up, let her go. He wasn't. I'm also going to say, and I had said in that video, and I'm going to stand by it one more time, that there is another person who's of their own ethnicity. I don't know if that individual is a guy, is related to Larry Millete or to Maya Millete, but Larry always used to reach out to him for, like, use him as a sounding board and for advice, and, you're the elder in the family, or, hey man, how do I do this, or whatever. Larry would always reach out, and that individual has also on many, many occasions mediated between Larry and Maya Millete. Okay? I also feel that Maya had intentions of dumping this fellow and wanting to go on and have a relationship with somebody else. So let's see, okay? I'm wearing my contact lenses today, yay! I get all excited because I get out of the habit, and in all honesty, I'm a little bit lazy when it comes to that. It's like, okay, I'll wear my lenses later, and then I forget. It's like, I wear the daily lenses, so by then it's already 12 or whatever, and I'm like, I'm not going to waste the lens for just 10 hours or whatever. So, well, today I wore them as soon as I woke up, so. I don't know, y'all. It's so sad. It's so sad. Oh, by the way, everybody, I'm having the live stream tonight, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. Come and join, right? We're going to be discussing Dingleberry Brian Laundry. So come and join us. It's going to be interesting. Oh, all right. So let me show you the cards. Okay. Okay. See that? Okay. So we have the Eight of Cups, right? What is the Eight of Cups? It's withdrawal, retreat, moving, and abandonment, right? But I need to put this somewhere. And then we have the, see, eights again. And then we have Eight of Swords. And, I'm sorry, Eight of Wands. And what is the Eight of Wands? Eight of Wands is all about speed, action, quick changes, news arriving, that sort of a thing. And then we have the Page of Swords. Now, what is a Page of Swords? Page of Swords is all about I need my glasses. There you go. There's another, I have to stop, honey. Regardless of what the traditional, well, I suppose in the traditional tarot deck, Page of Swords is all about gossip and spies and prying eyes and a lot of chatter and a lot of talking, etc. But I'm actually picking up on another young person's energy who is of the same age as Larry and Maya, like their peer group. That's why I stopped mid-track. And then we have 21, there's a completion. And then Nine of Swords, as we can see. What is Nine of Swords? Nine of Swords is all about nightmares, anxiety, grief, heartache, sleepless nights, stress. Oh my God, the world's coming to an end. What do I do? What do I do? That sort of a thing. This guy is having this anxiety. It's not just Larry, it's another younger male. So, and I do have my selenite sword. Remember, I used to keep it on this side. Now I have all my crystals there, so I moved it around here. Isn't this beautiful? Carnelian. Look at that. Yes, 100%. There is another younger male who is involved in this whole drama. There is a lot more that's going to come out into the open. This is not a simple he done it case. There is a whole bunch of messy stuff that's going to come out. Maya Millete, one more time, she was very, very clear. She was like, I need to get out of this situation, even if it means I have to abandon this fellow, her husband. And she was also at a point where she's like, even if it means I have to temporarily abandon my children, I will do that because I know I can come back and get my kids. Like, she was that driven. She was that like focused, and she's like, I can't do this. I can't take this anymore. I just have to. And she was all about taking swift action. She was like, yeah, I'm going to go meet with the lawyer. I'm going to get going on this. I have thought long and hard about this, and I'm not going to sit and I'm not going to whine about it anymore. I'm not going to hope and wait that things are going to get better and all that. No, I'm not doing any of that. It's like, action, let's do it, let's go. I'm done. There's a lot of emotions. There's, oh, poor thing. She definitely had a lot of emotions. Bunny, come in, baby. She had a lot of emotions, and she was so overwhelmed because she definitely tried her level best to make things happen, but there was a lot of control issues going on also in the relationship. I don't care what anybody says, but Dingleberry Larry Millete, he definitely was a bit of a control freak. I mean, he comes across as being, oh, he's such a nice guy, straight up guy, but behind closed doors, a little bit aggressive. No, take that back. Aggressive, period. Not just a little bit aggressive. There is a little bit, no, come on, not a little bit. There has been domestic violence. Absolutely, there has been. I'm also going to state that Maya's sister had a vague idea that something was going on there, but for a lot, oh my God, my camera again froze, whatever. So, Maya's sister definitely had an idea that there was some domestic violence going on, but Maya would not come right out and say it because she felt that if she came right out and said it, then it's like official, right? So she was like, no, it's not working for me. I think I should move on. And, we've been having issues. No, it's not like that. If Maya's sister ever said, has he ever hit you? Has he ever touched you or whatever? I mean, hit you, not touched you, because hit you or whatever, she'll be like, no, not really. Yeah, a couple of times we got into an argument with each other and he kind of pushed me and I pushed him back. But see, that typical victim thing, right? She didn't come right out and say, yes, he did it, even though he has. The children have seen it. The children have seen it. The children know. At least the first and the second child know that this Larry fellow. I'm surprised that they haven't yet already interviewed the kids, because if they ever interview the kids, and again, who knows the way law enforcement works, if they ever interview the kids, they will know. They'll have a statement where they'll be like, yeah, we saw, mom hit dad, or, they were yelling at each other, or, that sort of stuff. So it's very unfortunate though. System preferences. Hang on, honey. 1 second. Let me make sure. Where is this? Where's my audio? Yeah. So, yeah, we're good. So, I just wanted to make that known that there is domestic violence. And it was kind of foo-foo, and she tried for a long period of time. I'm also going to say that she started feeling that if she separated from him and she went on with her life, that she would be a lot more successful than he was. And he knew it too, because she would have climbed the ladder at work, gone higher up, like promoted, etc., faster and sooner than he did. Very enterprising young lady, very enterprising. She's proactive, knows what to do, how to do everything. She never in her wildest dreams ever believed that he was going to off her. That is the sad, sad part. And absolutely, absolutely, without a doubt, absolutely, it was a strangulation. It wasn't any of that. It was gunshot and a knife, like a scabbard. Oh, I wish my camera came on. I would have shown you. I have something, of course, mine is a atame. I would have shown you. Definitely a knife was also used. He is not going to come forth and say where her body is. It's going to be very difficult to extract that information out of him. She is not altogether in one piece. She is not. Sorry, that's very graphic, but hey, you know me, I don't filter. That other person, remember I said the older gentleman or somebody who is their family member, I don't know whether they are directly like the immediate family to Larry or immediate family to Maya, but they are of their same ethnicity. That individual, he needs to step forth and he needs to tell the police what he has seen, what he has observed, because his observations and the conversations he's had with Larry could definitely give them more clarity in terms of what really transpired and led up to the time that she was offed. There was a lot of a struggle in terms of this is my property, that is your property. Well, I earned for this, I paid for this, so it's not just yours, I brought in enough money also, so you can't just say it's yours, I mean, hey, I worked for it too. There was a little bit of that struggle going on. Then we have 21 here, right, the world card. This thing is going to come to completion. This fellow is definitely going to be Dingleberry Larry Millete. He's definitely going to be pinned for her murder. So that is for sure, absolutely, without a doubt. But I don't think that he's going to tell them where the body is, y'all. I greatly doubt it. I seriously doubt that he's going to tell them where the body is at. I don't want to use these cards. So, I need to organize my desk here. Yeah, it's about money. Nine of Pentacles. Yeah. Actually, let's do this. I have 9 of Pentacles, 3 of Pentacles, and I have 2 of Pentacles. There's a lot of money. There was a lot of talk. There was a lot of conversation. There was a lot of back and forth. There was a lot of animosity. There was a lot of infighting about money. I wonder, maybe somebody should confirm it. Did Larry have a gambling addiction? What's the word? It doesn't have to be going to the casino and gambling. It could also mean betting on sports teams, or all that MMA fighting or whatever they do, right? That sort of a thing. I wouldn't be surprised if he had a kind of a situation with gambling. So, oh my God, I'm just looking at my picture over there. What's wrong? Oh shoot, sorry guys, you have to look at that still mugshot of mine. Not very pleasant. Looks like I have a rash on my face. Oh, how fun. Very, very pleasant, right? Not. The first 2 children have been witness to domestic violence in the house between father and mother. She's gone. They seriously need to consider looking for her around Palm Spring, Palm Desert. That sort of a place. We have the Hierophant, we have the Lovers, and then we have the Chariot. Oh yeah, absolutely. Now, what is the Hierophant? The Hierophant is like mercy, compassion, need for approval, need for conformity, staying within the guidelines of structured relationships, committed relationships, yada, yada, yada. And then you have the Lovers. Lovers, obviously, 2 people ruled by Gemini, right? And then you have the Chariot card. The Chariot card is ruled by Cancer, which is the Moon card. It's maintaining focus, maintaining balance, wanting to pay attention to detail, etc., etc. A lot of focus on their relationship. There's been a little bit of stepping outside the bounds. She has definitely on many occasions questioned Larry. He didn't much like it. He had this whole thing about him that, oh, I'm so suave, I'm so sexy, women just fall all over me type of thing. And she's a pretty looking girl too, right? I mean, she's beautiful. So Larry was very well aware of the fact that whenever they would go out or whatever, she would attract attention by default because she's a pretty girl. I shouldn't say girl, lady, beautiful lady. And so he was a little bit like overly jealous and possessive about, weird chap, man. I mean, take pride in the fact that your wife is so beautiful rather than being so suspicious. And just because some guy smiles at her, I mean, doesn't mean she's sleeping with him, you know, that sort of a thing. Very, very high level of insecurity because he himself was screwing around, pardon the language, but he was. Now, having said that, there is somebody at her work who's a higher up, like a supervisor or somebody. Whenever he looked at Maya, he always felt in his head, in his heart, that she is, if I ever had an ideal spouse, ideal woman in my life, it would be her. He did have a soft spot for Maya. And I'm also going to say that Maya she had developed relations with somebody else, and she was wanting to, seriously considering that once I'm done with this guy, like I definitely wouldn't mind pursuing that relationship and taking it from, you know, pursuing that. So this is the Tarot of the Cloisters, a new deck I got. Oh, well, that doesn't help, right? Well, let me just show you some cards. Yeah, right. It's very intense, these cards. The artwork is very intense. Look at this one. Look at the Sun card. I love it. It's awesome. So, no, I'm going to, they popped up. So shuffle those. She liked birds for some reason. Does she have a bird tattoo or something? Even when I did her readings, she kept talking about birds. I don't know what kind of a bird, but she was all about birds, 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 birds. Either she liked birds, or wherever she went jogging or running, because she was into all of that stuff, there were always birds around. There's one female member in her family, an older female, grandma, mother, grandaunt, whatever, who never liked Larry. Never did. Warned her also about Larry. I feel so, she didn't stand a chance against him. She didn't, because she's so petite, and you know, not that he's like big guy. I mean, he's not like 6'4" and weighing 250 pounds, but definitely compared to her, definitely more physically stronger. She didn't stand a chance, but she did put up a bit of a fight. They're not going to find her body, y'all. They're not. I'm so sorry to say. I'll be really, really, really surprised, really blown away if they ever say that, oh, we found her body. Because this ding dong is not going to ever give up that information. I'm so over this. I'm like so over this. They should have caught him and put him behind bars 8 months ago. Like seriously, they should have. And how did he think he could get away with it? Like, how do any of them think they can get away with it, right? The sad part is the kids are left without either parent. Yeah. No point, because this is my scribbles. You probably won't understand any of it, but anyhow, I'll just show the cards. Ow. Knocked my elbow there. Okay. Very meticulous planning. Very meticulously planned. He knew exactly how he was going to do it. He knew exactly when he was going to do. He knew exactly what he was going to use. He also knew how he was going to dispose of her body. Knew it very well. So we have the rebel and backstabber, a bad person obviously. Then we have lovers, coupling and sex in the reverse. So their relationship was done for obviously. Then we have gossip, idle chatter, exchange of information, natural wife of someone. So obviously their relationship was completely devoid. It was dead. It was over. It was done for. He kept thinking that he kept telling her that she was a backstabber, that she was deserting the family. She was not loyal. She was not worthy of being a Millete family member anymore, because if you were truly a member of this family, you would never leave us. You would never go. And so what? Yeah, it's okay. Like, yeah, I stepped out of the relationship. Yeah, I made a couple of mistakes, but who doesn't? Like, go do a survey. Like, almost all men do that. And she's like, hell no, dude, not all men step out of committed relationships. So he was trying to kind of reel her back in. He did not. It was a completely ego thing for him. He did not want her to leave, because he would have lost control over her, and it would have made him feel like he had no more control, that he wasn't man enough anymore. It was, how can I say, that would have, in his own mind, he would be questioning his own masculinity, because it's all about, I am the man, I should be able to keep my family together, and if she leaves, then that is a big question mark on me. So he did not want. If she had stayed by him, and if she had said, okay, fine, you do your thing and I'll do my thing, like, you go screw around if you want to, but I'm going to have relationships on the side as well, he would not have agreed to that, because it was all about control, and it was all about manipulation and wanting to have control over her. Wow, I thought he was going to come into this room, but he's gone straight to the bedroom. Usually about now he comes and he stands here and he wags his tail and basically knocks everything over. my Bernie. I almost said Tigger. Oh well. He's gonna come back in. Oh wow, not. Okay, then we have sick bed, sickness, and lingering problems, and depletion of resources, tiredness, etc. So they just over. Relationship had run its course. I mean, in all honesty, a lot of relationships, organically run its course, right? It is what it is. It's life, right? I mean, when we get married, when we get into a committed relationship, we're always of the opinion that, or our intention is always that, this is it. Bernie, what are you doing? We are always of the opinion that it's forever, this is it, that sort of stuff. And a lot of relationships are forever. They are, till death do us part type of thing. But unfortunately, a lot of relationships kind of go through its organic whatever, and they kind of fizzle out, and people realize that they're not as compatible with each other anymore, and they grow apart and life happens. But for people like him, it's very difficult to accept that, because it's almost accepting defeat and inefficiency and insufficiency and such on his own part. So a failure of a relationship for him would have put a big question mark on his ability as a man, or his status in life as a man. Something is annoying the crap out of me here. Anyhow. So we have bank, civil trial, wisdom, etc. with money. There was a struggle with money. This came up even in the first 2-3 readings. There was always this constant think about, it's not yours, I worked for it, I paid for it, so it's mine too. Good boy, Bernie. It's not all your money. I put in a lot of effort. I go and I work too. I make money too. So how can you say it's all yours? It's not all yours. So there was money issues. They were always fighting about that. And I have a feeling he has depleted resources too, because of his gambling or whatever the heck it was he was doing. Or it could be also like what you call that stuff? What do you call those places where they go, those topless bars and that sort of stuff, and oh my God, what is the word I'm looking for? And wanting to partake of those type of what's the word? Service. Let's call it a service. He definitely had something like that going on. Now, this is TMI. Sorry, y'all, TMI. Larry Millete also has tried to get Maya to partake in scenarios where such nefarious activities were filmed, and to partake in sharing her body with certain other men. She was not on board with it. That's when everything started going south. So initially it was like, yeah, fine, we want to, again, this is allegedly, disclaimers, all that stuff. Do your own research. This is just my observations, my opinions. Y'all do your own research, form your own judgment, come to your own conclusions, and whatever, do your own due diligence. Disclaimer, allegedly. Initially, it started off with, experiment a little bit in the bedroom. We've been married for so long. Bring something new, refresh the relationship, which is all totally acceptable and totally normal and totally fine. Whatever rocks your world, right? If both of them are, adults and consenting adults, who are we as outsiders to question anything that happens behind the bedroom doors, right? As long as nobody's getting hurt or whatever. Of course, we have to throw that in. So it started off with that, and then come to realize that, okay, here's the thing. Then you're going to stop and say, well, he was so jealous of her, even looking at other guys, and how come now you're saying that he was trying to get her to do all these things? You're completely contradicting yourself. Yes, that's a valid question. Okay, absolutely valid question. But for him, it was control. So if he had control over her, and because of his saying so, if she did all these things, he was okay with it. But if she went off on her own and dabbled in it, or even smiled at another guy or spoke to another guy, he didn't like it because he didn't have control over her. You get what I'm saying? So yes, there was a lot of control issues. Yes, there was a lot of jealousy. It was more born out of control. It's like, well, I didn't approve him. What are you doing there? But in his head, if he had complete control, if he set up the scenario, if he did all of these things, it was okay for him because he was controlling her. She was doing what she had to do to please him and based on what his demands were, and he was fine with it. Whereas if she went off on her own and looked at another guy or even smiled or laughed, oh, hi, sometimes you're talking, you don't purposefully do it, and you kind of do this or whatever on their arm or whatever, people will be, well, you shouldn't be touching. We've seen how that happens. Sometimes it's a very, very innocent gesture. It's like, oh, come on, man, that sort of that, touch them on their arm or their whatever, and then people get their hackles up. It was probably very innocent. He wouldn't like that because he'd be like, oh, shoot, I'm losing my control over her. That sort of a thing. Does it make any sense? Okay, I hope so. Then we have abundance, meadow of flowers, rewards from wise choices. Now, what does that mean? Definitely the case is going to come to a conclusion. Definitely he's going to be held accountable. He is responsible. Whatever they do, give him, whatever the sentence is, he's definitely fried in terms of he's in for it. In terms of the flowers and the meadow and wise decisions, here is where Maya Millete's family has to come forth and consult with their attorneys and make the right decision, because it's in their hands whether this fellow is going to go for life in prison or the death sentence. And again, California, I don't know what the law is over there, because there could be a trade-off. Tell us where the body is and we will let this slide, or we will reduce sentence. You know how they do that? Like a bargaining tool. That's the thing. That is what is going to really make or break this case, because I feel this, I want to use such a bad word right now. I want to use such a bad word right now and I shouldn't. That's the way this hole in the behind, this dingleberry fool is going to play that. I have a feeling he is not going to say where she was disposed of. He's not going to disclose. He may lead them on a wild goose chase, but I don't think he's going to tell them. And she's not all in one place, honey. I'm going to say that they have to really start looking towards Palm Spring and Palm Desert, because those two areas are coming up very, very, it's of course north of San Diego. Actually, I'm going to look it up. I'm quite familiar with Southern California. As you all know, I'm a California girl myself. But let me just Google map and see how far San Diego in terms of mileage is from Google Maps. Because that's popping up so prominently. So San Diego, gosh, I miss Cali though. San Diego, California, to directions to, let's just say Palm Springs, right? Oh, a lot of history in Palm Springs, Palm Desert. So it's not that bad. Like if you take the I-15 north, it's 2 hours and 16 minutes. And if you take the California 74 west and again come back to I-15 north, it's about 3 hours max. But if it's about 3 hours. Well, of course, let's put it this way. It's about 140 miles max from San Diego, right? But as we all know, traffic in California is, oh my goodness, what was I trying to do? Sorry, y'all. But we all know traffic in California is a whole nother ball game, right? No matter where you want to go, I-15, 405, 805, whatever, 241, whichever one you go, 91, it's all crazy. It's a hot mess. So it's 135 to 139 miles, depending on little. So let's say 140. 2.5, 3 hours ideal driving time, but California, I would say more like 3.5, 4 hours. So now they have to go and research and see whether, remember he was gone for a good 7 hours or something like that. Was he able to go and come back? That is something that they really need to look at. And I'm feeling so hot right now. Like I'm feeling the burn. I'm feeling like, why am I feeling so hot? Like so hot. Hello. Okay, let's move on. Terrible, terrible case. But I'm glad that at least, now they are, I don't want it to be a cold case. Neptune. See, the heavy hitters, man. These Neptune and confusion, illusions, etc. Saturn is all about constriction. And then Gemini, right? Gemini is ruled by Mercury. They're not going to find her. They're not going to find her. It's going to be very difficult. Or she's not going to be, or if they find her, they're not going to find all of her. Let's put it that way. God darn it. Pisses me off, I really get annoyed sometimes because it's like, shoot. He was tired. I'm going to tell you this. He was tired. By the time he got done with her, he was tired. I can see him sitting there on his haunches and going, whoo, my God, that was a lot of work. I can see him. She's showing me that. Did I show you these cards? Let me show these again to you. Oh, hello. Right. Then let me show you these. Sagittarius, Uranus, and Virgo. Okay. So we have Neptune, Saturn, and Gemini. We have the Wheel of Fortune, right? And then we have the Fool card, the Emperor. Then we have Sagittarius, Uranus, and Virgo. So Gemini, 3. Sagittarius, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7th house. 7th house. Where are my houses? 7th house. Contractual disengagement or disintegration of a contractual agreement. Let's put it that way. Then, so basically she's like, I want out, and he's like, no, you're not. Then we have Saturn and Gemini. Gemini is ruled by Mercury, so a lot of wishy-washiness, a lot of back and forth, changing their mind, not being steady. One moment it's a yes, one moment it's a no, little bit of back and forth. He did consider a couple of times whether he really wants to follow through or not. He wavered. He for sure wavered. And then we have Uranus, and Uranus is all about sudden changes, etc. And then we have Virgo. So let's see where Virgo is. Gemini, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 4th house, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 4th house again. 4th house is emotional, family rooms, mother affairs at the end of life. Oh my goodness. He tried to get her to sign off on something and she refused to. He said, you sign this and you'll go scot-free. And she's like, F you, I'm not. And that escalated. He's tried desperately to get her to sign off on something. I don't know what it was. Either sign custody of her kids, and she in her mind was thinking, I leave the kids with him temporarily, but just for my own sanity, I'll go get settled, come back and pick up the kids. Because she felt that he was not going to hurt the kids. And I don't think he would. they came upon some, as much as he was into doing all this funny weird stuff, they came upon some money, some kind of a decent sum of money did come into the family. I don't know whether it was because of his betting on some things or because of his nefarious activities trying to get his wife to do all kinds of weird stuff and people paying him for that. What's the name of that movie? There was one movie that came out, right? Where this rich guy was paying this other guy to sleep with his fiance or wife or whatever, or girlfriend. Again, disclaimer, don't come up to me. Then we have the emperor. Emperor is again like Larry Millete is like, what I say goes, it's my rule, it's my house, it's my rules. And she's like, F you, dude. And he's like, no, sign this and I'll let you go. I'm the one who's going to make this decision. You don't have a say in the matter. She was all ready to kind of just quit and leave, but he wasn't willing to let her go. He was trying to hang on to her and this guy, damn it. Sagittarius. Heat, more heat. And Mars. They need to look at Palm Springs or Palm Desert, y'all. That's all I got to say. Don't ask me why. That's the download. Palm Springs and Palm Desert. They really need to go there and do some research. San Diego too, I know there are patches over there that can get a little bit dry in San Diego County. But for some reason, Palm Spring and Palm Desert is so, it's like, she's like knocking Palm Spring and Palm Desert. So prominent. Okay, I'm going to pull one more set of cards and I'm going to close this, okay? I'll probably end up revisiting this. That gentleman who is a family, extended family member who has mediated for the two of them, they need to question him if they haven't already. Bernie, what you doing? What you doing, silly boy? Oh, honey, I shouldn't have spoken to you because now I feel like I woke up the monster. Can you give me 10 minutes, baby? Can you give me 10 minutes, please? I love you too. Yes, 10 minutes. Don't knock my cards, sweetheart. Hang on 1 second. We have the Knight of Swords, and then we have Don't Whine, Page of Swords, and then Don't Whine, and then we have the Knight of... Oh my God, this is what he does. Oh, watch out! What are you doing? Oi! Hang on, you guys. I need to. Bernie, stop. Okay, let's get you out. Come on, outside. Come on. You are such a shyster. Right? You are a little cheaper. All right, y'all. I am back. Yeah, I'm wearing a dressy blouse and wearing jammies. Oh, well. I had some errands to run and I was like, I am not wearing those fitted pants. I need to be comfortable. So I switched. And this is what my dog does. Usually around this time. What is it, noon now? Probably around noon, right? Or maybe after. He likes to go and sit in the sun. And he toasts himself. Like you'll see him lay down on his side and then he'll get up and turn over the other side. And then he's ready and he's like, okay, 10, 15 minutes, I'm good and I want to come back. But the funny thing is, he will never go lay in the sun in the backyard. He just will not. He just never does that. Even if we are in the backyard, he'll go and sit by the door. He'll hang around, he'll pee, he'll do whatever his business, and then he'll quickly run to the patio door to the kitchen and he'll sit there. He doesn't lay in the sun in the backyard. But in the front yard, he'll stay for as long as he wants. It's weird. I don't know what his deal is. Anywho, we have Knight of Swords, Page of Swords, and Knight of Vessels. So, Knight of Swords, quick decisions. Look. And also, I'm telling you, yes, a gun was used and a knife, like a scabbard. Okay, this isn't a scabbard. It's my atame. I will show you. So, these are mine. These I use for my... I don't even know how to hold it. Like that, right? Of course, this has got some artwork and all in that. It's more like not curved, it's straight. It's more straight. It's a little bigger than this, but and a little wider than this, and it is straight. It's not curved. You see that? How it's kind of curved? It's not. It's slightly straight. Okay? That is what he used. Okay, yeah, I have a whole collection of little things like that. I have one here that's got this dragon thingamajiggy. I've got a few in my living room that are pretty old, that are really old. One of them is actually about 86 years old. And I know it's 86 because it was gifted to my grandfather on his something birthday. So that's how I know it's 86 years old. So anywho, definitely used a gun, definitely used that kind of a... It's almost like, I wouldn't call it a hunting knife. A lot of these guys carry that knife in their pocket or whatever, or in their shoes or in their jeans or whatever, one of those. He has definitely used it. Definitely used it. Where is that weapon though? Most of the trauma took place, most of the action, most of the scuffle, most of the fighting, pushing, shoving, fighting, etc. happened in the garage. How come the neighbors didn't hear anything? How come the neighbors didn't hear the scuffling is what I'm trying to say. Anywho, and then we have the Knight of Vessels. So he was a little bit emotional too after he got done with offing her. He was a little bit of emotional wreck. He was first tired, and you can see him sitting back on his haunches and going, oh wow, that took a lot, or that was quite a bit, or took a lot of energy out of him. And then he was also a little bit, not remorseful, very emotional, because that was almost like a finality. Okay, this I took care of. Now what do I do? The second step. Where do I go from here? So he was emotional about that because he realized that he had eliminated this irritation, and he, in a sense, was free, but he also knew he was not going to be free forever. Well, I'm getting such a bad headache right here, right now. Like right here. Right here. Really bad headache. I don't know what it is. So I'm going to stop at this for now, and we'll pick it up later. There is a possibility I might revisit this again in the evening when I do the live stream. It's going to be more focused on Ding Dong Ding Along Brian Laundrie. But we'll see if I have enough time. I might do a little bit regarding Maya Millete. So we'll just go with the flow, okay? Hope you all give me a thumbs up, everybody. I really do appreciate your subscriptions. And for our newcomers, welcome to the Real Family. And for all the members of our Real Family, thank you so much for being, with me. Without you all, this channel really doesn't exist. I appreciate all your comments, your support, and really look forward to seeing all of you on the live stream, because there's always, sharing of information and, oh, we never thought of this. Oh, that was, oh, yeah, that sort of stuff. It's just a community getting together and trying to find some sort of a resolution and closure for these victims and these families. That's really what we want at the end of the day. That's all that matters, So do join us, and please give me a thumbs up. It does help with the analytics. And please also hit the bell icon so you will be, notified whenever I put up another video. So much love to all of y'all, and thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the evening at 7 p.m. today, okay? Bye. 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. Bye.